These must be one of the funniest Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've ever seen in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Number 1, we have Tainted Wisdom. Now, if this card is in attack position and it gets changed to defense position, you shuffle your deck. I don't know why you would want to do this, but it's very funny. I think there's no combo, there's no reason, there's no point in ever doing this. Seems like one of the most useless effects in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Number 2, Cold Feet. This must be, I think, even worse than the previous card because it's a quick play spell card. You know, normally those are the best cards in the game, but you cannot activate, set, or use the effects of any spell and trap cards this turn. I don't know why you would want to lock yourself from using spells and traps. This seems like a very useless Yu-Gi-Oh card. Number 3, Card Shuffle. Now, Card Shuffle is actually a card that I used to play in my deck. So back when I used to live in Greece and didn't know English, I didn't know how to read, I didn't know anything. I knew yes and no. I used to play this card in my Yu-Gi-Oh deck, which was a bunch of fake cards put together, but I really loved the artwork. I remember I played this card and Swords of Revealing Light. That was pretty fun. But I have no idea. I had no idea what this card does. So this card reads, pay 300 life points, so we're starting off strong. To use this effect, shuffle either your or your opponent's deck, and you could only use this effect during your turn. You know, it was going to be too broken if you could use it during your opponent's turn, obviously. So it's good, you know. I don't want to pay 300 life points to just shuffle my opponent's deck just in case, you know. It's like a anti-cheat card, you know. In case you see them stacking, you could just shuffle their deck. So that's pretty good. Number 4, we have Pyro Clock of Destiny. I think this was in the anime, but you move the turn forward by 1 turn. The turn count. I still don't understand what that means. The turn in which this card is activated continues as normal. So I don't know if this implies for cards like Gold Sarcophagus or cards like, you know, Swords of Revealing Light or Final Destination or Final Countdown. I think that's what it does, right? It moves the count by 1, but I'm not really sure. I remember my friend actually when we used to duel when we were little. He had this card in his deck, and what he would say was that, yeah, if I use this Yu-Gi-Oh card, I skip your turn. And I was getting my turn skipped because he had this card in his deck. But it seems to me like a very useless Yu-Gi-Oh card. Now, number 5, the most pointless, useless card in the game of Hillman's Law Book. Now, it's a normal trap card and has a simple line of text. Just skip your own standby phase. I do not know when you would want to use this effect, and I really can't find a reason. Like the other cards, you can kind of think of when to use them. Like you could use them in such weird scenarios that will never come up. But this card, I feel like, will actually never come up. When would you ever want to skip your standby phase? I don't know. Maybe there's a card that like burns you during the standby phase or something. But the fact that it's a trap card is 10 times worse, right? You'd have to set it and then use it on your opponent's turn. It just seems extremely pointless and funny to me. If you guys have any other funny Yu-Gi-Oh cards, let me know. These are just plain hilarious. Like, just reading these cards, just trying to think of them in like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just hilarious. What do you guys think?